Have you ever wanted a vacation that was more than just a vacation? A real adventure? Well, today we get to tag along on one. We're joining a family on a journey to some of India's most amazing and honestly, most overlooked natural wonders. So get ready because we're about to see a side of the country you might have never even known existed. So, this whole thing kicks off because of a simple but really powerful wish from a young girl named Shanti. She's kind of done with the usual trips. She wants to really explore. And that one little sentence, well, it sets this incredible Indian journey in motion. And her parents, they have a plan. Oh, do they have a plan? They tell her they're starting their adventure at the very, very edge of the country, the southernmost tip of India. But I'll bet the place they're going isn't the one that just popped into your head. Okay, so let's just pause here for a sec. If I asked you right now to name the southernmost point of India, what would you say? What's the first place that comes to mind? If you thought of Kanyakumari, you are in good company. That's the famous spot on the mainland where the three seas meet. It's the answer most of us learned in school, right? But, and this is where it gets really cool, that's not actually the correct answer. The real southernmost point, geographically speaking, is a place called Indira Point. And to get there, you've got to leave the mainland far behind. And here it is. This is where they're heading. Indira Point is way out in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, this huge chain of over 1,000 islands out in the Bay of Bengal. Can you imagine? This is where Shanti's real adventure is about to begin. So, the family's first stop is this incredible tropical paradise. It's a world of super dense forests, unique animals, and it's just a million miles away from the hustle and bustle of city life. And almost as soon as they get there, Shanti is just blown away by the trees. I mean, these are nothing like the trees she sees back home. They have these enormous, wide roots that almost look like fins, just flaring out from the bottom of the trunk. So what's going on with these roots? Well, the science behind it is actually super simple and pretty brilliant. Think about it like this. If you stand a paper towel roll on its end, it's really wobbly, right? But if you just tape a few paper triangles to the base for support, suddenly it's rock solid. That is exactly what these buttress roots are doing. They're nature's own support system for these gigantic trees. And it's not just the plants here that are one of a kind, because these islands are so isolated, they are home to what scientists call endemic species. It's a fancy way of saying these animals live here and absolutely nowhere else on the entire planet. Like the Andaman wood pigeon, and this magnificent creature, the Andaman hornbill. If you want to see them, you have to come here. The human stories here are just as powerful. Their guide, Rani, tells them about the people of North Sentinel Island who live totally cut off from our modern world. And when that devastating tsunami hit back in 2004, they all survived. It's believed that their ancient, deep connection to nature, a kind of knowledge we've mostly forgotten, let them read the signs in the animals, in the water, and get to higher ground. Just incredible. Okay, so from the remote islands, Shanti's family heads back to the mainland, but they're going to a place that feels like it's from another planet. They're going to a forest that actually breathes. So they arrive in the Sundarbans. It's the largest mangrove forest in the world, and it's this crazy maze of muddy, salty water. And right away, Shanti spots something really strange. All over the place, there are these thousands of little stick-like things just poking straight up out of the water. And get this, those aren't sticks, they're roots. The mud here is so thick and has so little oxygen that the mangrove trees came up with this genius solution. They grow their roots upwards, out of the water and into the air, just so they can breathe. The whole forest is filled with these little natural snorkels. And these forests aren't just a cool curiosity. They are absolutely vital. That massive, tangled web of roots you see, it literally holds the land together. It acts like a giant natural shield, protecting the coastline from being washed away by the ocean waves. It's a lifeline for the land and for the communities who've learned to live in harmony with this forest for generations. All right, for the final leg of their adventure, the family heads inland. They're trading the salty air of the Sundarbans for the cool, misty green hills of northeast India. And this region is just a treasure chest of smart, sustainable traditions. Shanti gets to see tribes like the Apatani, who have perfected growing rice and fish in the same field. A completely self-sustaining system. And yeah, this is home to the legendary Boot Jolokia, the ghost pepper. It really makes you think.
This deep connection to the land isn't just in one place. It's a thread running through the whole country, from the zero-waste coir crafts in Kerala to the beautiful storytelling in Warli paintings. It's all part of the big picture Shanti's discovering.
And it's here, in the Northeast, that something really special catches Shanti's eye. It's not some grand landscape. It's a quiet moment, a group of women and children all working together with a shared purpose. Her mom explains what's going on. They're protecting the Hargila bird, which is also known as the greater adjudgant stork. The local women call themselves the Hargila Army. How cool is that? And what's really amazing is that they're not just protecting the nest themselves. They are actively teaching their children how to do it, passing down this crucial duty to the next generation. So after this unbelievable journey, from the islands to the breathing forests to these hills of harmony, what's the big lesson here? What's the takeaway from Shanti's summer vacation? In every single one of these incredible places, one theme kept popping up again and again. The people who call these places home have learned to thrive, not by fighting nature or trying to control it, but by listening to it. The Sentinelese listened to the ocean. The Hargila army listens to the birds. It really makes you stop and wonder, doesn't it? What amazing things could we all learn? What could we accomplish if we just took the time to listen a little more closely to the world around us?